So here we go, SOD versus All-Stars. Match number 2 of this doubleheader for All-Stars. Match number 2 of 3 from me today, and match number 4 of the day for UTPL. Season 3, Week 4. Rolling right along. It looks like we're readied up here. I'm going to get this 2v2 kicked off. All right, here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you the second match of the day for All-Stars. First of the day for SOD. We're going to start with the 2v2, so don't be alarmed. We'll get everything played. Kicking it off on Rankin. Chips and Clinic now going to jump in for SOD. The old G players, if you're familiar with them from before in prior seasons. Combo coming out there by Demon. Rookie's up top with some armor. He may have an angle. Oh, smacks him in the face with a rocket. Both SOD players extremely weak right now. Gotta be careful. Oh, and Chips goes down to Demon from across the map. Brookie was basically just distracting at that point. We do have a belt up in about 3 seconds. All-Stars is all over it. 30 seconds till the amp spawns. Looks like Rookie's going to go up top. You can see Chips here waiting on that sniper rifle to spawn. Going to check out the shock rifle and finally have a weapon to fight with. But meanwhile, Demon and Rookie across the map just singling out Clinic. Oh, the mid-air headshot off the double snipe. Nothing you can do about that. First amp spawns and goes to Rookie. Sniper rifle in his hands. Oh, and there's the... He knew the ambush was coming. Smelled it from a mile away. Oh, Rookie just missing nothing right now. I mean, that's kind of been how he's been playing all day today. Now, obviously very early on in this one, but, you know, 50% sniper accuracy. Not so bad. We'll see if that continues, though, as SOD finally gets on the board. Rankin's such a small map. Even an early lead really is not safe. You can just erase deficits so quickly on this map. And Rookie with 3 more shock primaries in a row. Again, he's just not missing today. So we're up to a 10 frag lead, 12 to 2, 100 armors up. That's going to go back to Rookie. And you can see the split shield belts and split 100 armor, so pretty even so far, although the one and only amp run has been entirely in the hands of All-Stars. You can see that 29 seconds to 0 of amp time. We've got shield belt and double damage spawning right now. We'll go over to the amp. Rookie's in position for it. Demon goes down on the belt, so it looks like SOD's going to grab that shield belt. Rookie does have plenty of armor himself, though, to go on a run. He's going to try to get in behind him. There's the fight over the 100 armor. Looks like he may have actually shot Demon. I'm not quite sure. But Demon got the 100, so both All-Stars players running in with the 100 armor. 150 for Clinic, though. Oh, the amped flak erases all of that armor just like that. And the big combo takes him down. He's trapped under by that 50 armor. Really nowhere to escape from there. Oh, kills coming out left and right. I think Demon is the only one that didn't die there. So he'll have an opportunity to maybe find some people off the spawn. Oh, almost had a beautiful combo lined up. Couldn't quite connect. I think the shock ball hit independently of the shock primary, so still did 90 damage. Good smart move to pull out the stinger there to just get that minigun-like fire on him and finish him off. Shield belt here was taken. Demon with the perfect timing on it. That earns him a kill and a follow-up as you can try to find Clinic off the spawn. Trying to keep him off the sniper, can't do it, so SOD actually doing a good job of reconvening up there. Regrouping. 10 seconds till this amp spawn zone. We're going to have a big fight over it. There's nothing else up in the map. Oh, Clinic diving down into the rockets. Dangerous play. I don't think he had exact timing of that amp. You can maybe steal it, try to get a shot off. The thing is, remember, in this game, if you grab that double damage and you die, it just falls back on the ground. So you can't really steal it in that sense, because if it would have killed him, he would have just got it back anyway. Ooh, Rockets, got to be careful. Rookie eats a big one. Still gets the, well, I guess Demon gets the kill. But Rookie does get back up to 72 HP. He's going to be on the run for a little bit. Shield Belt is actually up right now. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, they do have someone rolling back over to it. Oh, a flak ball to the face. Chips feeds him that smiley face. Takes him down. And we'll see if SOD can get anything going here. All-Stars has just been on a roll. They barely lost that first 4v4 in their last matchup against DW, and ever since that, they've been completely in control of every single game. Seeing if they can continue that throughout this doubleheader that they've got. Well, you see Demon Roman up top. I mean, really no secret. One of the kind of key strategies on this map is just to hold that top area. You got a sniper rifle. You got easy access to that 100 armor. And of course, that lets you control the damage amp area as well. So an interesting trade there. SOD actually grabbed the amp while All-Stars went and grabbed the belt. So All-Stars running around with significant armor, but that's going to disappear against that amp sniper rifle. Chips on the run as he went down to 16 HP, but able to get that first kill. Oh, and another 2 big shots, 180 damage onto Rookie. Rookie survives and gets the kill, but can kiss any armor he had goodbye. Oh, and a smart play there by Rookie, going straight up for that 100 after dying. Chips, though, a smart play on his side, knowing he was weak, went after him with that stinger. Just ground him down with it. And SOD fighting back into this one. It's still an 18 frag lead, but plenty of time on the clock. We're not even halfway through. So Demon does manage to snag that shield belt. He's got 20 seconds till that damage amp spawns. He's going to want to try to push around to it. Going up that ramp. He's going to get ambushed here, but only a stinger up top. No. Oh, actually big damage comes out. I think he may have taken some damage from his teammate there. Amp is spawning right now. Let's back up to it. You can see Demon does have 150 armor still, so took no damage in that fight. This could be a big opportunity for All-Stars to try to take a much bigger lead. If they can get a few kills, eats a 3-pack of rockets, but still comes out alive. And that's why you always wear your shield belt, kids. Actually, a nice response there. So SOD off the spawn, they regroup, they get 2 kills, and now they've got the amp in their hands to try to erase some of that deficit. And there it is, 2 more kills down to 17. Still a pretty sizable lead for All-Stars, but this is probably the closest to a semblance of control that SOD's had so far in this match. Another belt goes over to them, chasing down Demon 2v1. And down to a 15 frag lead. Oh, that arcing flak ball did a little bit of damage. Thought we might see him splatter him into the ground. So Chip's going to back around. Nobody on the map really has much armor. We've got the 100 armor actually spawning very soon. We'll see if anyone is in position for that. Demon's going to head over to it. Chips, though, 2 big rockets. Gets 1 kill and a ton of damage. Rookie's going to come right back at him, though, knowing he has armor. 5 seconds till the amp spawns. It's actually a pretty big fight right here. Who's going to get control of it? Oh, a nice fade-away sniper. Gets him the amp. No kill off that shot, but he does control the shock. Oh, and the beautiful timing. Do you see how far ahead of that he predicted that? I mean, he had to shoot that shock ball, what, 3 seconds before he detonated it? Rookie continuing to make very difficult shots look very easy. And almost back up to a 20 frag lead again. And you can see Rookie again with the combos up top. I mean, he's turning around, he's walking backwards. There's a lot going on there movement-wise while tracking his aim vertically and horizontally. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It takes a lot of practice to get that muscle memory down and just making it look so smooth right now. Take a quick look. 40% sniper, pretty good. Nothing really eye-popping in that stat sheet, just consistency by Rookie right now. Down to 7 HP though, gotta be careful not to get chased down with an Enforcer. He's fighting over that belt, but it looks like Demon picked it up. And there's a double kill by Demon, so Demon going on a bit of a run. Both players on All-Stars relatively weak, however, so SOD maybe with an opportunity to grind them down, they can get some big damage on them. If they can earn an amp here. Oh, here we go, damage amp about to pop. Chips goes down, and that's the problem we've seen from SOD. They're just out of sync. There was only one player there versus 2 for All-Stars. All-Stars looking much more coordinated so far this game. Nice sniper shot. Demon taking 2 snipers now. Gonna have to try to choose his spots here. He doesn't want to go down. And this might be one of those amp runs where he just tries to keep it. Nope, never mind. He's going to be aggressive. I thought he might just try to be happy keeping it away from SOD, taking some time off the clock. There's another amp sniper shot and another Demon on a killing spree now. Looking for the double kill. Doesn't get it, but does scoop up another belt. And finally gets the kill there. And I mean, you look at the domination now. It's really become evident here just how much All-Stars is controlling this map. Ooh, rockets coming down. Sniper from below. That's actually a headshot there by Rookie. Close range rockets, and the flak takes him out. We haven't seen a lot of flak duels in this map. That is one way to break control. But with 3 minutes to go now in a 30 frag lead, I don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. Amp is up soon. We'll see if Clinic grabs it. Extremely low HP, only 8 health. Or if he calls Chips over. Chips actually going for Shield Belt. Shield Belt already spawned though. Rookie grabbed it, so now Clinic with 8 health. Well, he's going to go down instantly to an Enforcer shot. Demon will have the amp. Only 27 HP on his side, but he does act as a nice distraction for his teammate. Oh, another flak primary. Demon on the run. Making it count to finish this match off with authority. More than double the score now, so pretty well in hand. Again, this is going to be a best of 3 2v2 for one of the 5 points up for grabs between these two teams tonight. So first map looks like it's going to go to All-Stars. We'll see what SOD brings us from map 2. Give you a quick look at the scoreboard while we're riding this one out. Keep in mind this was All-Stars map pick played on the European hub. We will have SOD's map pick played on the North American hub coming up next. And there is a rampage by Rookie, just continuing his kind of reign of destruction so far today. Got off to a bit of a slow start in the 4v4 TDM at the beginning of last matchup, and ever since then it's just looked very comfortable. Finally settled in. And Demon now absolutely stacked. 140 armor over 150, or 150 armor over 140 health. Damage amp on his side, and he is just rolling over anyone he sees. So there we go. Last 30 seconds. We're going to see All-Stars, one map away from taking the first point in this matchup. Remember, we are starting with the 2v2 this time due to some scheduling, I don't know, reorganization, I suppose. Adjustments, if you will. Certainly in the US, it is Father's Day today, so a lot of folks might be kind of taking time out of that, out of family time, if you will, to play these matches. So certainly always want to work around those schedules. Mid-air link tracking by Demon, just going to melt him down. Here we go, 3 seconds left, and there you have it. So emphatic victory in map 1 for All-Stars. Still need one more win to put their first point on the board, though, so we'll either be heading to GCP East or the New York City hub. All right, looks like we're going to be heading to GCP East. Should be up momentarily. Just got to spin up. I don't know why Fusion started a 3v3 TDM game, but not going to be UTPL official. I haven't played a lot of 3v3 TDM. There we go. Server up, players in, keeping things rolling. Okay, so map 2, this will be SOD's map pick. Playing on deck, so interesting choice here. I don't know, playing on an open map like this with high ping. I mean, that said, some people do think that hit scan is easier with high ping. I think that's a matter of taste, really, but definitely some people think that if you're gonna play with high ping in these kind of transcontinental masters, playing with a whole bunch of sniper rifles and shock rifles is probably the way to go. So I actually kind of do understand that theory. This is a map with 2 snipers, 2 shocks, wide open. It's basically going to become, to some extent, an aim contest. So some teams do feel more comfortable doing that with higher ping versus a map where you're having to predict a little more with things like rockets and flak. That said, I don't know if I would like to play against the way Rookie in particular is playing right now. Nothing against Demon, but I mean, Rookie has just been on fire today. Playing against someone like Rookie on an open map like this where he's always going to have a hit scan weapon, also not very appetizing. I don't know. It's a tough situation to be in. All right, looks like we got everybody in the server asking if they're ready. Hopefully get this kicked off any second now. Don't mind me as I just sip on my Southern style iced tea, which is to say sugar and black tea and ice. Basically adult caffeinated Kool-Aid. Oh look, players are ready. Here's a countdown, 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 jumping in for map 2 versus, or map 2 in this All-Stars versus SOD matchup. We just saw a, oh wow, mid-air Link primary taking him down long range. Interesting strategy. We'll see if they keep it up. That said, we just saw All-Stars take map 1 emphatically. SOD off to an early lead. This is their map pick, remember. We'll see if they can turn it around, maybe force a map 3. The classic fights here. Someone up top waiting with that shock rifle, trying to combo him coming up the lift. It's so easy to get trapped down there in this map. Nice long-range combo by Rookie. So we're back to a tie game. The falling shock. That's not an easy shot right there. He made it look real simple, but... So it looks like jump boots. Oh, not going to play a factor there. Clinic actually jumps down onto the shield belt, steals it from Rookie, but Rookie makes him pay. Tons of shock damage. Link comes out to finish him, though. So Demon going to have the only real armor right now. You see him finish off Clinic. Looking for that respawn. Doesn't happen. SOD split up, though. They respawn on opposite sides of the map. We'll see. Can All-Stars track them down? One more shot will get a kill here, and nice. Threading the needle with that shot combo. Takes him down. Doesn't grab jump boots for some reason. Amp is up. We'll see who can get over to that. We'll give you a little bit of a further away view. Nice kill down below, and another one. Demon gonna fight his way all the way across the map. Grab that Amp and miss the shot. Ooh, he defends himself with one. Got to be careful that they're chasing him down with that Enforcer. Gets another one running away. And so Demon at this point can take a couple shots. There's another one. Perfect timing on that belt. And I'm sure Rookie was telling him exactly when he grabbed it last. So, oh, and another one. Is that 4 kills, 5 kills with the Amp sniper rifle? That was actually a really critical Amp run right there. And what was otherwise a very close game. Now we're seeing All-Stars start to distance themselves. How does SOD respond? Oh, nice combo there on Chips. This can be a map where if you can get people just on that respawn cycle, you can really churn out kills in a hurry. It's so wide open. That said, like I said, 2 shock rifles, 2 sniper rifles. It's not like you can deny a long-range weapon. Everyone's going to have access to it. So shield belt spawns in 7 seconds. We know All-Stars has timing of it. They've been dropping down on it with perfect timing, frankly. Clinic and Chips both in mid. They should be able to see it up. The question is, will they be able to get down there? Demon grabs it and gets knocked down into the slime. Takes a little bit of damage, but ultimately gets away alive. They do manage to pin down Rookie, though, up top and get a kill on him. Chips also grabs the Amp. Let's go on board with him. He'll have 50 armor, so Rookie grabbing that 100 armor, but otherwise Chip should be able to stand in and fight against anybody that he finds. He will have that Amp sniper rifle now. Oh, and Rookie trying to set up some shock traps. Can't hit the combo. But has him now in a hit scan duel, and Chips with the fall away sniper gets the kill. Back within 11, so there's still plenty of time on this clock. If SOD can make something happen, those Amp runs would definitely be a good start. Take a quick look at the scoreboard here. It looks like obviously dead even on Amps, pretty even on everything else. 4-2, 100 armors, 2-1 shield belts. So All-Stars with a little bit of an advantage on armor and a pretty big advantage on the damage so far. So I think maybe we're seeing the fragging ability difference here between All-Stars really come out to play. And such a wide open map. It's just so hard to escape it. Demon on a killing spree of his own. Rookie also has armor on him. Back up to 138 for Demon, so really set to roll. 15 seconds till this Amp spawns. We'll see if SOD is even in position to challenge it. At this point, with this lead getting extended, that's going to be so crucial. Oh, and the headshot by Rookie, just waiting. No stress. Just puts the crosshair where his head's going to be in about 3 seconds. At that point, it's just a clicker game. Ooh, nice shots there from Rookie. Dodges those rockets. So those are lock-on rockets. Not easy to get out of the way of whenever you're down in the pit like that. Big combo and a rampage. Rookie on a roll yet again. Oh, Clinic respawned by Flak and fell down into the drink. Oh, you hate to see that. That said, anyone who has played this game at any point in the past, let's be real, you definitely played deck when you were new, and you definitely fell into that slime quite a few times. And there is the concession. Deck going to All-Stars, and the first point of this matchup down. Now, I'm not sure if schedule's pinning, if they're going to jump into 4v4 next, or if they're going to need to do duel. I know there was a little bit of a scheduling conflict. That's why we started off with 2v2. We'll see what they get back to us with. All right, we're going to keep an eye on these servers. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on the servers. Give you guys a look at the standings here, of course. These are, well, this is the schedule. Again, doubleheader for All-Stars. We just saw them take 4 points over Druckwell. Now we've got All-Stars versus SOD. 1 point on the board for All-Stars already. And of course, a very intriguing late match tonight. LATAM versus Mesa Gaming. Two quickly up-and-coming teams. Very curious to find out what happens with that one. Give you a look at the rankings. We will refresh them, although I think they're going to be updated at the end of the play day. So not necessarily going to be updated on the fly here, so... Oh, actually, this has been updated. So you see All-Stars now all the way up to number 2 with those 9 points. And keep in mind, that's 9 points in only 2 matches. So covering a lot of ground. They've only dropped that 1 point earlier today. First time in the season they've dropped a point. Trying to finish things off strong today. They've still got 4 more points up to grab against SOD. Or up 4 grabs, I suppose. Okay, we do have a 4v4 game up, so it looks like we might be jumping right into 4v4 TDM now.
Hail to the king, baby.
Okay, so keep in mind, 4v4 TDM will be 2 maps. Each one will be worth its own point. We're not going to play a best of 3 4v4. So playing this one on, looks like the European hub. So this looks like it would be the map pick of All-Stars. And given what we saw against DW, not entirely shocking. I think this does play into their playstyle very well, making it just a wide open, just brawl, really. And when you're a team that can lean on your raw fragging ability and your aim like All-Stars can, wouldn't be surprised to see them play this map a lot this season. All right, looks like we're just waiting for SOD to jump in, so I'm going to take just a quick water break while we've got a little bit of time. Be back with you guys in just a couple of minutes. I'll let you, I don't know, hang out in the server and watch them warm up, right? That's exciting, right? For anyone unfamiliar with the map, you know, to give you a chance to get a tour. I do actually like sometimes watching players warm up. You learn so much about some of the trick jumps, some of the paths people take across the map. Like getting across mid there. There's so many ways around it. Different players have different ways to do it. Always interesting to compare, but in any case, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. We'll get this 4v4 kicked off. All right, looks like players are in. Nitro will be our first 4v4 map. Nitro, of course, being a UT99 remake that wasn't really played. I don't even know if it was ported into 2K3 or 4. Rejoined us in UT4 relatively recently. So this is a map that is actually relatively new to some teams, but certainly one that a lot of teams maybe have some experience on from the UT99 days. Most unique feature, probably the fact that there's a keg in it. So one more power up to time adds to some of the chaos in the sense that it's harder for one team to really assert dominance over power-ups. At times you have to concede power-ups, or at the very least you really have to split up your team. There's one more way to think about strategizing. That and the fact that it's just such an open map. It's not necessarily a tiny footprint, but it's basically like kind of like a circle with crossovers in mid, wide open mid area. So just non-stop fighting. This map can actually look rather big. We actually had a matchup earlier today that Dusik casted before I jumped on. And when two teams are playing kind of passive, this map can look a lot bigger and slower. I don't expect that to be the case this game. That might be something that fits SOD's playstyle a little more, but you can expect All-Stars here. Try to force the issue. They know where their advantage is. Their advantage is in finding those one-on-one fights, forcing the issue, making it just a constant scrum. Because they know that they can win these one-on-one fights, so. Expect this to be a street fight, and if SOD wants to try to come out on top of this one, they're probably going to want to declare an area of control and force All-Stars to try to push into it and catch them in an ambush. All right, players are ready. Here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5. We are on Nitro for the first 4v4. Ooh, of this matchup. 2 quick kills by Fusion. Fusion, a TDM specialist for All-Stars. We've seen him come up big in the past. All-Stars played this map already against DW, looked extremely strong on it. SOD, you can see, regrouping around this 100 armor room, and that may be a smart tactic for them. If they want to split up into pairs and basically, you know, maybe hang out in this room and then send a pair out to attack power-ups, that might not be a bad strategy. If they get caught up in this, like I say, kind of like a street fight, just constant dog fight of just fighting in mid. Masta here with a double kill with the flat primary. This is a very flat, heavy map. Oh, walks into Memphis's bio rifle though. You got to be careful on a tight map like this. Throwing that goo around. That's what my grandfather always said. First shield belt comes up, does go to Reflex. Reflex went absolutely nuts in this map against DW earlier today. He's mostly been covering that top area of the map. Sniper rifle, got shield belt to his right. And already on a killing spree. I think he hit 4 snipers in a row for us right there. But he's got the amp coming up in 10 seconds. And Reflex with shield belt in his pocket. Sniper rifle in his hands. And a damage amp on top of that is going to be an absolute nightmare for anyone to deal with. Fusion decided he wanted that amp. He does get the first kill with it. Kind of surprised, though, not to see that go to Reflex. Reflex, though, with the headshot. It's like, I don't need an amp to get double damage. We did see the amp go down, though. Clinic grabs it right back. Fighting over, it looks like Reflex snagged it back. So basically, it looked like Reflex was covering the amp runner there. It's a smart play. No reason to have your amp runner running out by themselves. You want to have a teammate with them. Remember, in this game, you do drop the amp when you die. So if you send one out solo, they might as well just hand it right to the other team because you're going to go down, cough it up. Reflex, though, with another kill. Memphis finally takes him out, but already a 12 frag lead. And look at how high scoring this game is. I think the higher scoring this game is, the more of an indicator that is that All-Stars has been able to assert their will, basically, and force the flow of combat. Because they want this to be non-stop fighting. SOD, I think if they want to try to fight their way into it, they're going to want to try to split up into pairs and slow things down and try to choose the fights and only fight when they have an advantage. But such a tiny map like this, it's not the easiest thing to do. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. You can see both belts going to All-Stars already. 3-1 vests, actually, to All-Stars. Kind of surprising to me. Given how much of a presence, how many SOD players we've seen in this room, they haven't actually gotten control of that power-up. Again, 100 armor vest spawning right there. We just saw Demon swoop in and grab it. All right, we're going to skip over to the amp over here. Fusion grabbing it again. So this could be All-Stars just trying to get Fusion going. Sometimes you'll feed a player because they're your best player and you want to rack up the points. Sometimes, sometimes you give it to your hot hand. Sometimes you give it to someone who you want to get hot. And Fusion right now, though, already popped up a couple kills. There's a third one. He eats a flat ball, though, and now Clinic's got the amp in his hands for just the last few seconds. And again, we see SOD hovering around that 100 armor room. It's not a bad play. You can also get to the keg from there. And if you can control those 2 power-ups, you can really fight your way back in. But based on the scoreboard, I mean, it looks like those vests are still being dominated by All-Stars. All right, so a little bit of a lull between power-ups. We will have Amp and Keg spawning at about the same time. And then before that, actually, Shield Belt and 100 Armor will spawn at about the same time. We'll head over to Belt now. This is such an interesting room because you don't necessarily want to stay in here the whole time. But you can defend it very effectively. So you got to rotate through there, grab it. You can head over here to Sniper Rifle, as you can see. And then from there, you have such easy access to the damage amp and even a rocket launcher up top. So such a key area of the map, even though it seems a little bit out of the way. And now Reflex with a shield belt, damage amp, and a sniper rifle. This is gonna be a whack-a-mole for him at this point. Anyone he can see, he can kill in one shot. This is where he went absolutely bonkers earlier against DW. Just running through the map, finding targets and erasing them, and already a 25 frag lead 5 minutes in. So actually a relatively modest amp run there by Reflex's standards from what we've seen so far on this map, but credit that to SOD. So this is not an easy map to avoid an amp runner, but you can see what Reflex is doing. He's rotating through the top of this map. He's not trying to extend out of his area of responsibility too far. And so SOD just stayed out of mid whenever he had the amp, and it kind of minimized his shots to a certain extent. So 100 armor vest is up. I've been curious what's going on in this room. I'm just going to watch it right now. Looks like Massa's got an eye on it, so they've got that. So here's the question. Do they have timing of that now? And will SOD decide to dedicate some resources down to it? We actually have the keg, which is actually pretty much below this area of the map, spawning right around now too. You can see the keg right down there, fighting over it happening. Not sure who grabbed it. Looks like they went down. We'll go on board with Reflex, and this has been exactly what All-Stars wants, to get Reflex, the AMP sniper rifle, maybe even with the shield belt. He's grabbing mostly both of those power-ups. And that's just going to make him basically a human tank, just an insta-give turret that's going to run around and kill everything with one shot. He's having a little bit of trouble identifying targets on this map, though, so SOD has been doing a great job of avoiding him. Didn't get a single real shot off with that AMP, so for a map that's relatively small like this one, that's actually pretty impressive. So SOD either intentionally or incidentally negating that AMP run just by avoiding it. So Reflex, another belt. Let's take a look at the stats. Yeah, 6 shield belts. In fact, every single shield belt this map has gone to Reflex. That gives you an idea of what the strategy is here. 7, that is. Every single one going to Reflex. Half of the amps. You can see SOD not even touching the amps. And that's exactly what All-Stars wants here. Clinic actually doing pretty good damage with that Stinger. Oh, speaking of amp, amp is up. See it hiding away in that box. Nobody else watching for it. So this is interesting. Reflex should definitely have had timing on that, but not calling it out, or at least nobody in position to try to grab it. So that amp's still up, still being delayed. Reflex coming all the way across the map. You see him looking for that weapon to respawn to get some ammo. I'm surprised he hasn't checked amp right now. Still 3 seconds on belt, so I think he's going to take shield belt. And if he goes to check amp after this, it's been like 30 seconds and that amp is still going to be up. Fusion may have checked it for him to let him know it's up, but there you go. After all that, not a single challenge for that amp by pretty much anyone. Reflex just leisurely strolls across the map, picks up belt, grabs amp, and back to his comfort zone, just smacking people down with sniper shot after sniper shot. There we go, showing off that he does in fact pick up other weapons. Just wanted to prove a point, then he goes back to the sniper and gets another kill. He will be out of ammo though soon, so he will have to use at least another weapon, and he goes down, so maybe that's the strategy there, just SOD, make him use all of his sniper ammo. Alright, belt's up in 10 seconds. I'm curious if anyone's been timing this keg too. It's such an out-of-the-way power-up. You can see it's kind of below that area, below the small armor over there, below this flat cannon. So it's kind of out of the way. It's not a thing that people are going to intrinsically be around. You really have to go assign someone to timing it. It's a whole change of pace. It's the only map we play right now with the keg. So one of the more unique features that teams are having to adjust to. All right, amp spawns again in 3 seconds. We're down into the final 5 minutes of this one, and it looks like All-Star is going to run away with it. But we'll see who can grab this. I've been very surprised at the lack of timing. SOD hasn't even really challenged the amp at all. They're just not rotating people through this side of the map, and I'm curious if that's by design. I mean, certainly Reflex has been running that side of the map, and running into Reflex with a sniper rifle is going to be a daunting task, but we haven't even seen them face check the amp. I mean, if you take a look at the scoreboard there, 4 seconds of amp time for SOD. Oh, the nice sniper there by Reflex. And perfect timing to actually grab that 100 armor, or at least give it to a teammate. So Fantasy stealing the vest. In SOD, it looks like they've been trying to hold that 100 armor vest room area. But when you've got Fantasy or Reflex, or really any of them, flying in there with extra armor and maybe damage amp sometimes, or maybe even keg, we've seen all of that happen. Just makes it so difficult to hold. So, you know, I hate to feel like we're just watching one player this entire game, but Reflex has had every single shield belt so far. Oh, it looks like he gave one up, so Fusion here. Finally, somebody besides Reflex picks up a shield belt. 10 belts in a row by Reflex. Decides to be a good guy, give one up to his teammate. Fusion, I should say, grabs one. And it looks like they might even give Fusion an amp. Nope, he's still going to give that to Reflex. Oh, no, actually, yeah, Reflex is going to give it to Fusion. So Fusion now, not his first amp, but first shield belt amp run. We'll see what he can do. Easy shot on Chips. Got people down in mid, the double kill. Oh, and another double kill. Fusion right now. 3 in a row with the multi-kill. Looking for the Ultra. Oh, I don't think he got it in time, but still. Instant killing spree. And Fusion on fire himself right now. And this does not bode well for SOD for the second 4v4 map. If they can get someone like Fusion going, not a whole lot of teams that can even really compete with that. And Masta comes in and steals the belt. So that's the first shield belt that SOD has grabbed all game long. I mean, you take a look at that power up control. 11-1 belts, 7-0 amps. And I don't know, what's most puzzling to me is that the 100 armor vests have also largely gone to All-Stars. So definitely a favored map for All-Stars. They're showing why, really for the second time today. Definitely going to run away with this one. We'll be very curious to find out what SOD's map pick is that we'll have coming up right after this one. We did see All-Stars drop, remember, Temple to DW early on. It was a very, very close game, 2-frag game. So you should definitely go back and watch that in the videos after the fact if you didn't catch it with us live, even if you did. Hey, Chips gets an amp, and all he had to do was kill his teammate for it. He should have just been doing that all along. Fusion steals it right back. And there'll be another amp with about 13 seconds to go, but we're not going to worry about that one necessarily. Game well in hand for All-Stars. But again, they did give up that first 4v4 today, so we'll see what happens in map 2. Yeah, honestly, what throws me off about the multi-kill system in this game is the fact that you can get an assist and it still gives it the call-out. I can't help but feeling like that shouldn't count. Like, didn't count in any other games unless you actually got the kill. It mostly throws me off because someone will, like, be walking out of a room with their back turned to the opponents, and all of a sudden they get a double kill, and you're like, what? They didn't even kill anyone. What just happened? And it's because their teammate, like, finished them off with a stinger or whatever. Reflex with another belt. Why not? 12 out of 13. Running around shooting 52% accuracy with 98 shots fired. In case you're wondering, that's pretty good, especially in this game. And that's on a map where you can really take advantage of it. Again, you know, we saw them on Temple against DW. But running around with a sniper rifle didn't do him all that much good. This is a map where you can really take advantage of it, so wouldn't be surprised to see All-Stars favoring this map for the rest of the league. It'll be interesting, though, because there are other teams that like this map, so could be some strategery going on there. In any case, another point to All-Stars. That's 2 out of 5 in this matchup. One more 4v4 coming up for another point, and then we'll have a couple of duels to close the matchup out. Close the matchup out. You don't close things. I guess you can close things off, right? You can close off a freeway, close off a valve. Yeah, I mean, I do understand the idea of making it more exciting by giving like newer people the opportunity to get those multi-kills easier. Because like if someone plays this game for 3 hours, they may never see a multi-kill. They may never get that little rush, but
Hail to the king.
I don't know, it's like it
baby.
needs an asterisk next to it. It's like, yeah, you got a multi-kill, but it wasn't the same. It's not a real multi-kill. Like the fact you can get a monster kill without getting a single kill just seems a little weird to me. What about like an assist spree? like if you're not getting the kills, but if you get like 5 assists or 10 assists before dying, if you just got a little call out for that. I don't know. I think there might be more intuitive ways to do it than just completely conflating multi-kills with assists. I still think we should go back to the midway days where before a match, if you hit buttons in the right sequence, you can enable power-up cheats. So if you hit like forward, forward, left, right, up, as the game is loading, maybe you get like damage amp the entire time. Be like the turbo code from NBA Jam. I don't know. All right, everyone in the server, we do see that we're going to be on Tempest map 2. This will be SOD's map pick, kicking it old school. Tempest, a UT99 demo map coming to us from the, I guess, original release of the game. Original pre-release of the game, I suppose. Now, one interesting thing about this map is how many different ways people can play it. Some people look at it as a map that you roam around. You maybe give people responsibilities. Some people look at it as a map where you break people up into pairs. Some people like to stick folks in one specific area. So like you might have one person in this 100 armor vest room, maybe one in the shield belt room with the big ramps like this one. Then maybe you stick another one over at the sniper rifle opposite the map, and then have your fourth person roaming. A lot of different ways to play this map. We'll find out how these two play it right now. Right, players are ready. Here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you another 4v4 between these two teams. Ooh, Clinic grabbing first jump boots. Keep an eye on those jump boots. Those jump boots will give you easy access to the damage amp. Pretty much the only way to get them, realistically. So when we look at damage amp spawning, you know, being there doesn't really do you any good. You have to have jump boots. Defensive kill there in SOD, taking an early lead. Obviously, super early on in this one. First 100 going to Clinic. Ooh, the fight underneath the amp down there. Clinic on a killing spree in just the opening minute of this one, so a blazing fast start. Does need to get some health under his belt. Clinic goes down, only 2 HP. We are in the shield belt room here, and this is what I'm curious to see. Those jump boots do give you easy access to that as well. Chips gets chased out with a flank. Fantasy going up low, Demon jumping up high. Pretty good teamwork there to chase him off. Reflex, meanwhile, grabbing that 100 armor. So 3 players on All-Stars with essentially 100 armor. It's going to be really hard for SOD to deal with that. Trying to get in position for, again, those jump boots first and the amp second. And there you go. See jump boots in play. Reflex able to get up there. Amp sniper rifle. Ooh, one quick turnaround kill. And just looking for spawners. There's a ton of spawns in this back area of the map. There's a killing spree for Reflex, and what started off as a quick start for SOD has been turned right back around. All-Stars took control of this map and is churning out kills at this point. They do have the belt spawning right now. Looks like he's going to hold it. Almost jumped into it, but nice move by Reflex. And you can see SOD swarming that 100 armor vest area. Maybe trying to assert a little bit of control in that room. This is one of those rooms where you sometimes can put 1 or 2 people that will be spawning, remember, every minute or so. It's up right now. Huge fight over it. Everybody going in there. SOD comes out alive, but everyone dies except Fantasies on the opposite side of the map. You can see him. He's shooting at that armor, probably telling his teammates to grab it. Direct rocket to the back. And another setup rocket. Can't finish him up, but does grab him with the link gun. Now, we do have the amp spawning in 3 seconds. Here's the question. Does anybody have boots? Jump boots are actually up right now. Down right around the corner. Nobody seems to have them yet. Okay, jump boots did get grabbed, but are they taking them to amp? It doesn't look like it, so we'll keep an eye on it. You can grab those boots without, or excuse me, you can grab that amp without boots, but very, very difficult to do in the midst of combat. So keep an eye on those boots up in 20 seconds. That's almost like a sub objective, like a side objective. You have to get those first, then get over to amp. So almost an entire amp run's worth of time delayed, taking that out of play. Meanwhile, SOD has stayed in this one. In fact, they managed to grab that amp right there. Looks like they had the boots for a little bit. So only a 10 frag lead. SOD has kind of slowed the match down, which I think is to their advantage. Like I said, oh, nice. Link Primary catching him up by the shield belt. So that's another pickup going to Chips, who's on a killing spree. Reflex takes him out, but big game so far by Chips. You can see him 8 and 10, but already a couple good runs. 2 belts. So actually pretty even on belts. And again, All-Stars, despite not dedicating anyone to the 100 armor area, able to dominate it so far. Amps could be key here because it's really almost impossible to truly control the amp on this map, given that you have to have belt, or excuse me, you have to have boots to get up to it. It's not like you can just put 3 people there ahead of time and guarantee you grab it. Something that's kind of unique about this map. So you saw Demon swoop in there. So what's happening here with All-Stars is they're actually timing... Ooh, rocket to the face. They're actually timing that 100 armor and just swooping in to grab it. They're not dedicating anyone into that room. Kind of reminds me of what we saw in Nitro, where SOD spends a decent amount of time there, but doesn't seem to have the ability to keep All-Stars out. Memphis gets double teamed there. Fusion's coming in to help as well. Fantasy should have an easy grab of that belt. We do have another damage amp spawn. Don't see anybody in here with boots, so may not be a factor just yet. Boots do spawn right now. Reflex is going to grab him, and we'll see if he can get up there. Oh, he just escapes. Fantasy you see on a rampage, but now oh, Reflex goes down. Demon on the other side of the map, he grabs the amp. He'll be mixing it up with Clinic. Nice peek shot there, so he really was able to use that map ramp as cover. And another kill, just diving through the middle of the map. Finally goes down. There'll be a few seconds left of the amp for Clinic. Maybe time for a couple of shots with that sniper. Oh, the turnaround sniper would have been a nice shot. Couldn't quite connect, and now he's going down to Fusion's rockets. Nice response by Fusion. Let's head over to this shield belt room. Reflex in position. You see him wall running to go just that much faster. Another easy grab for Reflex. So, give you a quick look at the power-up comparison. Looks like still being dominated by All-Stars, rather. Pretty much the same story as what we saw on Nitro. This time they are spreading out the belts. They're not giving every single one to Reflex, so change of pace. All right, Amp spawns again in 10 seconds. And jump boots are up, so if nobody has them yet, they can be grabbed. Oh, Reflex ends up with them. So Amp in his hands, he's going to head up and look for targets. Ooh, right around that sniper rifle. There's an easy shot to the back of Memphis. He'll be roaming around looking for respawners. Oh, we heard Clinic up the lift. Looking for the one-shot kill. Surprised not to see the rockets come out. See him roaming around, just looking for some easy shots. Not wanting to take too much damage. Shield belt actually was taken a little bit ago. And I think what you saw him looking for there was respawners. You have a couple of spawns in that round kind of rampy shield belt room. Couldn't find anybody. And we are just past the halfway point, and All Stars once again on a roll. So actually in an odd situation here, nobody in the map has armor. We have shield belt up, and Chips sneaks around and grabs it. All-Star is going to turn around and chase him out of the room, but not able to secure the kill. So interesting, nobody on All-Stars had the timing of that belt, or at least they weren't in position. It's going to be a free grab for Chips. Out of ammo, unfortunately. And that's a situation you can find yourself in against good TDM teams. Even if you do manage to steal an armor, you got nothing to use it with. You do see that damage amp up again. We'll back up just a little bit. And nobody running in with shield or with a jump boots just yet. Reflex on a rampage. I guess we can go back on board with him. Only 12 HP though. I'm sure we'll jinx him. Demon has jump boots, so he'll jump up and grab it. Needs a weapon though. All he has is Enforcer. Should be able to win. Oh, that one-on-one battle, but Chips comes in and takes him out. And another kill on the Amp. Amp is just going down left and right. And there's the double kill from Demon to finally slow it down. Chips diving at him again. And another kill. 3 quick kills from Demon. 12 HP left, but extending that lead up to 50. So it looks like Fantasy was able to grab that belt. We'll go on board with him. Belt and Vials on a spree. You can see playing very much like he plays duel. In other words, just trying to get stacked up as much as possible so that when an opponent does turn the corner, he just has a huge advantage. Remember, you can go under those vents in this version of the game, or in this version of the map in this game. You can slide through there. You can just crouch right through it. I believe in UT99 you can only shoot through it. All right, belt is up in this room. We have amp up as well. So Fantasy fighting over it. Looks like Demon's going to swoop in and grab it. If he still has jump boots, he could take this to amp. And we could see a nice stacked amp run here. And he has it still. 85 armor left. No sniper rifle, but he has the shock rifle. 2 more shots. 3 shots on Clinic. Could be looking at another big amp run here by Demon, although he does take a ton of damage. Only 20 HP left. Looks for that armor. It's not up. 100 armor is actually up in 3 more seconds if he can hang around there. Oh, that Enforcer putting a ton of pressure on him. Finally gets the kill, and he could go for a killing spree here with 1 more shot. There it is. Oh, and he eats the goo. Memphis makes him pay. Not before getting that killing spree, though, so got his spree in a box with that amp. Fantasy now on a rampage, down to 20 HP, but we'll head back over to belt. Fantasy had been hanging out over here. Oh, and Chips, looks like he's in position. It looks like he did steal another one. He goes down, but not before taking another belt. So a little bit better job of contesting these power-ups. I mean, it's actually 6-5 belts now. Still 13-9 vests, which is relatively even. So Amp's still very one-sided. But if SOD has any takeaways from the second half of this match, they have done a much better job contesting those belts, and to some extent the 100 armor vests as well. That said, it's still going to be too little too late. All-Stars continues to look extremely sharp today. This was a big day for them with 2 back-to-back matches, trying to just climb those rankings. So you can definitely see how much they want to win every single one of these points. Reflex will have one more chance. I think we'll have one more amp before the end of this one. Chips with a double kill with the amp stinger. Oh, and Fusion with the rocket straight to his grill. Reflex grabs it, goes down. Clinic grabs it. See him actually dropping it for Chips. He's got a little bit of armor under his belt, but shield belt did get grabbed, so we're under 2 minutes to go, and we're just going to ride this one out. Reflex. Another kamikaze kill. I've seen a lot of those today. Last belt up. See if anyone... Oh, Fantasy bonks his head and eats a combo. That'll not top 10 play there. Mass is going to earn himself a belt if Reflex doesn't take him out first. And he survives, so Massa, at the very least, did steal another power-up away. Last amp is just chilling. Not sure if anybody has boots. Oh, they do. So Chips with another opportunity here to go on an amp run. A couple of SOD players have definitely had their moments this game, but just the control of All-Stars too much. Ultra kill there coming out by Chips. So a nice exclamation point kind of highlight to close the match off with. However, All-Stars going to come out on top, put another point on the board. And we are now set to go into 2 best-of-3 duels to end the day off for All-Stars. This was back-to-back games for them, so most of those players now can chill, can go hang out with their families or whatever the case may be. Again, going to be Father's Day for a lot of those guys from North America. But we do still have 2 best-of-3 duels in this matchup, so a couple of them do have to stick around. And then, of course, directly after this one, we still have one more matchup to go. Of course, it is Mesa taking on LATAM right here in the middle of your page. And again, utproleague.com. That'll have all the info here. We have the full schedule for the entire season, basically every Sunday. You got Dusik bringing you the early games. I'll bring you the late games. So you can scroll through it yourself and see what all is popping. And we'll take a quick peek at the rankings. All right, so these duels, I believe, we're going to kick off on the London hub. So keep an eye out for that one to pop up. We had Reflex playing in the DW match as their dueler. I'm not sure if that's going to change for All-Stars. Gotcha. So we did have that rankings page updated already. As you can see, All-Stars just rising right through the rankings. Still 2 more points up for grabs for them. Actually, Xerox, I believe Tempest was Dave Ewing, the same guy who also made Orbital and a bunch of other iconic maps, if I'm not mistaken. I think Cliffy B made Turbine, Codex, and some others. Hosted on London. Okay, just waiting for London to pop up in my list. I know, exciting server list action. There we go. So Fantasy going to be on Bone. Not sure who his opponent will be just yet. We'll find out any minute. Of course, Bone going to be a remake from UT3. So for any of you who haven't watched UTPL before, we do have a mix. We've got new maps that are brand new to this game.
Baby.
Maps also ported from all sorts of different games. We've seen UT99, 2K4 maps. We've seen demo maps. Or let's just say 2K4 and 99 demo maps, I suppose, because we saw some ranking. And now we've got some UT3 going on as well. But yeah, I mean, if you're ever curious about who made different maps in UT, I usually just Google it. There's like some, you know, there's a bunch of different fan sites out there that'll have like, you know, that are more mapper oriented. They'll have, you know, the maps organized by the mapper and stuff like that. It's really kind of interesting to see their resumes and how different and sometimes similar they are, as far as like, you know, David M being the iconic like box map maker early on in the series. Anyway, I could rattle on about maps all day long. We are on Bone Bone right now, or is it Bone Bone Bone? I always forget. Anyway, players are ready. Here's a countdown: 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. ConX5 bringing you the first duel of this matchup, SOD versus All-Stars. All-Stars looking very good so far in this one. Looking to keep climbing the rankings. AGV trying to take one from Fantasy, though this is going to be Fantasy's map pick. Fantasy, of course, with the history, the background in UT3. I believe that's where he got his start in the series. So, obviously having a UT3 remake in this game is going to be to his favor, something I'm sure he was glad to see happen. And personally, I'm all for it, seeing remakes from lots of different games, kind of keep things fresh and mix it up. And there you go, see the wall running sniper, they're going to get him the first kill. Second kill on the board and the first shield belt. So this is what you'll notice about this map. If someone doesn't know this map, it's very easy to get pinned into corners. It's actually probably the hardest thing, or the hardest map to escape on if you don't know it very well. If someone wants to be hyper aggressive and force the issue, they can really close that gap in a hurry, get in your face. Oh, nice shots there by AGV, answering the call. Gonna take him down with some link gun. Fantasy knows he's weak. Oh, it has him lined up with those shock balls, but can't complete the combo. So shots back and forth. Neither player taking a critical blow there. They're gonna back up. Got shock to shock. Combos can be so huge in this map. Oh, and Fantasy with the falling combo. I would love to see that from his perspective if somebody wants to go back and record that. It looked like he got knocked down and tracked his movement up as he was falling to hit that combo. Might have even taken fall damage as he did it. Oh, and the respawn combo. This is something where people who are really next level knowing this map and comfort level on this map can really make you pay when you respawn. It's such a small, such a wide open map. Don't get me wrong, there's room to maneuver, there's ways to block line of sight, but you really have to know this map very well to know how to escape. So killing spree here by Fantasy. And you see the prediction there. He knows exactly what point A to point B looks like. He's got his back to the shield belt there. AGV is doing some damage and has managed to get away a couple of times and escape and hit some shots. But what you're seeing here, I think Fantasy is just as comfortable on this map as anyone right now. And just has all the angles dialed in. Not a bad idea, though, to double back into him with Flak. You did some damage there to AGV. I don't hate that idea. Rockets and Flak can actually be extremely damaging on this map. It seems like a big, wide-open map where you just want to snipe and throw combos around. But there's also so many ways, so many walls, I should say, so many ways to get splash damage on people. So if you get rockets into someone's back, if you get someone pinned into a corner, like down low, you can rain damage down onto them with flak balls and rockets and stuff. And there you go, the quick concession. So Fantasy taking map 1. We're going to move to a North American hub next for AGV's map pick. Looks like we're going to be on NYC, so we'll be heading over there and jumping in just a moment. I mean, talking about Bone and comparing it to UT3 movement, UT3 movement, while running and all that even aside, did have extremely high air control, if you'll recall. I don't remember how air control differed in UT3 if you took a jump pad or did like a lift jump. I don't know if any of that changed how the air control worked. All right, just waiting for that hub to come up. I believe we're going to NYC. Should be popping up soon. Oh, there it is, down low. Okay. Yeah, this hub giving us some weirdly inconsistent pings. I'm pinging about 90 to it right now. And I crashed. That's always fun. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that hub right now being very weird for us today. So bear with me, we'll get the game up and running shortly. I guess I can let you look at the brackets page while we're restarting the game. But yeah, what I was really getting at with Bone is that things like when you're dancing around columns and you're jumping in midair, like the air control in UT3 is insane compared to the rest of the series. You can literally stand on like a tower, like on face or something, and you can jump in a circle around like a pole and land right back where you started. So in a map like Bone Bone, really what I'm getting at with the air control is that it's much less of a risk to go airborne because your air control is so drastic. In my opinion, you're actually much harder to hit in midair in UT3 than in most other UTs. You look at something like 2K4 where it had such more drastic vertical movement. There was much more emphasis on that and relatively low air control, all things considered. You were a sitting duck if you were in midair. That was like the risk versus reward. If you wanted to move fast, you had to go into the air, but you couldn't really maneuver as fast. Okay, they're in NYC. I'm going to jump in now. And hopefully not see any crashes this time. There we go. All right, players are ready. Of course, they saw me jump in and thought we were good to go. So Fantasy already earned himself 2 frag lead. AGV, though, did grab that belt. What can he do with it? He's going to be chasing him down with that link gun. You see him flying around. Oh, the double back by Fantasy. You saw him wall run right by him with those rockets out. These two are playing hyper aggressive right now. Fantasy ultimately with the snipe right through that shock ball. That was a scary moment for Fantasy, actually. That shock ball could have just erased him right there. No pun intended. Oh, the rocket pop up and the finisher off the wall. Nice Quake rockets right there. Those almost look like Team Fortress 2 rockets, if we're being honest. Ooh, big combo from above. AGV did manage to scoop up some armor, and he's in pretty decent position for the shield belt. Oh, big combo, catches him out. Oh, and right underneath with the spawn. That's unfortunate for AGV. Fantasy right on top of him. In the opening minutes of this one, Fantasy looking very sharp. Another follow-up kill, and he's got him lined up again, trying to get the mid-air combo. He connects, but AGV able to escape and feed him some rockets, so pretty good counterattack by AGV here. Hits him with the rocket, but oh, almost could have pulled out the Enforcer instead. Fantasy baits him to chase, makes him pay for that aggression. This has been a fast game so far. 10-0 for Fantasy already, less than 3 minutes into it. Fantasy right now just off to a blazing start, trying to lock up this point. And you got to feel All-Stars not only settling in after that opening match, but also hyper-focused. I mean, they gave up that 1 point. Ooh, that would have been a nice fall-away combo. Didn't hit it, but especially after giving up that opening point to DW with that first 4v4, you got to figure they're extra focused for the rest of the day. They really want every point possible. Remember, we will have a playoff at the end of the season, so losing a match early on in the season doesn't necessarily knock you out of the running to win it, but of course it will affect things like seed and your path to the finals. Oh, a big flak ball to the face. Fantasy right now just hitting everything he throws out. AGV trying to slow things down at this point, just trying to catch a breather here. And AGV does catch him with that flak, and that may be a place he can find an advantage. If he can ambush Fantasy, rockets, flak, something where it can get in his face like that. That could be a boon to AGV, but of course that's much easier said than done, especially on a map like this, which really lends itself to that mid-range combat. Nice escape by AGV, sometimes standing still for a second, just that hesitation can throw off your opponent's timing. He's going to cycle through those health vials, unfortunately out of shock ammo, so not a whole lot of ability to defend himself from a distance here. Oh, he catches up to him with some rockets, and that's exactly the kind of thing AGV needs to do. Get in his face. One shot short there. And there it is. The follow-up with the Enforcer may actually get himself a shield belt here. And more than anything, he'll have timing of it, and that could be a big factor as this map continues. Oh, rockets to the face though. Trying to finish him off. with the bio rifle. AGV there, no direct weapon switch to the Enforcers. Gotta admit, I don't have one either. And that's why I will never be good at duel. I would almost rather have a direct weapon switch in duel to the Enforcers than I would do a piston. But given that I have more of a CTF background, you know, that's the trades you make. Fantasy rockets himself in the face. So that's a bold strategy. We'll see how it works out for him. AGV only 54 HP though. Looking for an opportunity to maybe scoop up a shield belt. It's been 3-2 belts. So, I mean, AGV's actually done a pretty decent job of contesting these pickups. I mean, one more belt, one more armor for AGV over Fantasy. But look at that damage differential. AGV looking for the home run, going all in with the shot primaries, and again, coming up just one shot short. And unfortunately for him, that's kind of been the case from what we've seen in this game. Even whenever he gets the jump on Fantasy, gets some early damage to initiate with, just coming up one shot short, not giving him the ability to get on any kind of roll. And of course, you know, Fantasy playing very well has something to do with it too, to be fair. Under 3 minutes to go now, at 12 frag lead, and it's getting close to running out of time for AGV here. Oh, nice wall run by AGV to go straight to that armor. Eats some sniper though from Fantasy. Fantasy still a bit of a health and armor advantage. Oh, and that's really going to give him an advantage. Just lining him up perfectly. Everywhere AGV goes, Fantasy's got damage waiting on him. All right, 2-minute warning coming up. Oh, nice headshot off the spawn. Fantasy gonna put it away with that one. 14 frag lead. We'll take a look at the scoreboard here, and really just out shooting AGV this game. All right, so closing this one out, 90 seconds to go. Fantasy looks like he is in great position to secure the 4th point of this matchup for All-Stars, who really needed that. Again, dropped their first point of the season earlier today, first match of the day. Came back to win 4 in a row. Looking good against SOD so far. There's the concession. And with one duel left to go, All-Stars is now climbing the ranks solidly in 2nd place so far in the standings. Now, there was some talk about a potential scheduling issue that may mean that we're going to end up skipping that last duel. I'll let people figure that out. All right, so we're going to take a quick look at the brackets. Again, I know there was some talk about maybe having some scheduling conflicts. I'll let them come up with an official word on that.